Hey everybody, welcome to episode 29.
Oof.
Mason, bro, welcome back.
I'm
man.
back from the dead.
Yeah.
With a vengeance.
I feel like it's been some time.
Dude, it's been way too long. 2 weeks. We only ever see each other when we do this.
I know.
So like...
So I gotta come over and play Axis and Allies.
You're taller now. Like, I'm more mature.
I'm wider.
You're whiter?
Wider.
Wider.
D-E-R. I don't...
I was like, you're whiter.
Yeah, the latter's not possible.
Oh, right.
I'm already...
We're both of a very low melanin count.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. No, slightly. I'm just fat. That's all it is.
Come on, man.
I just need to stop eating shit, man.
No.
Dude, like the other day, this Wednesday, a food truck came by to our work. It was a burger truck.
Love food trucks.
Such a good burger.
You
It's
told
called
me
aioli burger.
Aioli burger? You told me once about a burrito you got that was like sent from the gods.
Well, no, dude, that's a burrito guy.
Not even a truck?
He comes in. His business is called The Bean and the Burrito.
Okay.
He does coffee and burritos. He doesn't bring us the coffee, but he is the executive chef at a restaurant in Scottsdale, and he's got his business on the side.
Yeah.
And he every Wednesday, every now and then he changes it up, but every Wednesday he comes to our office with a giant cooler full of breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
He fills them with shredded pork and green chili, eggs and cheese, brisket,
What?
eggs and cheese.
Dude.
And he's
so
got
good.
bacon, egg, potato, sausage, egg, potato, chorizo. Dude.
I love a good chorizo breakfast.
I've tried them all,
God.
and they're all so good. And like the office just loses their shit on that day. Everyone's like, "Are you good?"
They send out an email. Is there a mass email that comes out?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So everyone loves him. The guy makes fucking bank, and
Shout out
and
to
it's
that
great. So, anyways, it's hard when you work at a place like that when the foods come by all the time to be like, no.
No, yeah, come on. You can't be that guy. I'm going to have a salad today.
But I have to, man. I have to.
I brought some kale.
Yeah. Kale wrap.
I'm just going to nom on this kale wrap. Just kale wrapped in kale.
Kale wrapped in kale with cucumbers.
Low fat ranch you dip it in.
No, fat free.
Fat free.
That liquidy, like, really.
Just water with like pepper in it.
Water with pepper. Would you like some peppered water?
Pepper water?
Add some flavor to that furry
Jesus.
lettuce.
Kale. The furry lettuce.
It's furry lettuce, bro.
Jesus Christ. What happened here?
But yeah, man, it's been 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks happened, so we had to
2
catch
weeks.
up a little bit on.
You're right. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. I have a burning question for you.
You told me before we came in here you were going to try to convince me of something.
But first, I have a burning question.
Oh,
It's not related.
unrelated?
At all.
Okay. Burning question.
Have you fucking finished Dark Souls 3 yet?
Yes!
Yes!
I beat Dark
Woo!
And I apologize.
Woo!
I forgot to bring it back to you.
That's fine.
I apologize.
I don't care.
I did beat Dark Souls 3.
Woo!
Dude. God. It felt amazing. One of 2 Souls games or From Software games I've ever beaten. I beat 2 and 3. Didn't beat Bloodborne. Didn't beat Dark Souls 1. Not even going to touch Demon Souls. Too meta. Too
old.
Too hipster. Too old for me.
Though, if I recommended any From Software game, it'd be Bloodborne.
Yeah?
Oh,
no, I played Bloodborne. I just,
you gotta beat it.
you know me. Something else came out. I think I got it.
But you do Witcher before you do that.
Oh, of course, I know. And I'm excited to jump back into Witcher, which we'll get into what we've been playing.
Yeah, you've got some lifted
Dude.
weight now, right?
So much lifted weight.
I get that.
But not at the same time.
Well,
So
sure, there's always something else.
I finished it, and I went into work the next day. I finished it Thursday. No, today's Friday, again. I finished it Monday night, maybe. Went into work on Tuesday, talked to our mutual friend Jeff, who is a Dark Souls... You know, if our group had a Dark Souls aficionado, it would be him.
It's him.
Definitely him.
Absolutely.
Because he's 90 years old, and he's been playing him forever. So, excuse me. I talked to him about the other endings. There's like 5 or 6 like main endings. Mm-hmm. Apparently the one I got is like the most basic of endings, and he told me about the other ones, and every time I hear about this stuff, it just frustrates me. Like, how would anyone know to do any of that? There's an ending where you get married that I had no idea.
What?
There's an ending where you kill the Firelink Shrine girl, and it's like the Eternal Darkness ending, where you just like crush her skull and take the flame and just like put it out, and then like the world is evil now, or, like more evil.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Why would you get married? This isn't Stardew Valley, but like there's like I was reading up on them, and to do it you have to like do this thing before that thing happens, and make sure you take this direction instead of that direction before you take this direction. And I'm like, how would anyone know to do that? But I guess that's the hidden beauty to these games, is that you have the people that are gonna go in and with the strategy guide and do these endings.
Yeah,
and,
they don't play anything else.
Yeah, right. You have the Dark Souls guys.
Right.
And, it took me a lot longer than I would have liked to beat it, but I'm happy I beat it. I played a little bit of New Game Plus just to see what that was like.
Yeah, I did that with Bloodborne too.
A lot of fun.
And then I realized I'm not emotionally ready for it.
Not going to beat it again. Not going to beat it again. But
I'm definitely going to go back. I want to play Bloodborne again at some point. But
dude, so much fun.
Not right after I finished it.
So happy I beat it. Can I transition into what I've been playing?
Yeah, fuck yeah,
cool.
dude.
Cool. Wait, don't forget though what your offer or whatever is.
Oh, okay. I'm not.
Cool. It's been burning for like 2 weeks. Is that what you're telling me?
Not 2 weeks, but
I finished Dark Souls. I've been playing Overwatch. Of course, I always play Overwatch. I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
An unusual.
I've seen you on Xbox on that.
Of Rainbow Six Siege, and I don't know why. It was free to play.
Commitless.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not just commitless, but pop it on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 20 minutes, get a match in.
Yeah.
Same thing with Overwatch, and I'm really into that right now. And that competitive, shooting. I don't love that it's team based so much, but Rainbow Six is a little bit less than Overwatch, to a certain degree. So last weekend it was free to play, and I jumped in and I loved it. And then it went on sale for like $25, so I just bought it. I've been playing the shit out of it, man. It has like a competitive mode, ranked mode, just like Overwatch does, and I get super addicted to that until I start doing poorly, and then I freak out and I beat my girlfriend. And then the other night I was like, "Fuck!"
And she's in the game, right?
She's like, "I've never seen you that angry," and I was like, "I'm sorry." Like, I apologize. But it's a lot of fun, man. I don't want to dive into it too much. I don't know if you've played it or not, but
no, I'm an idiot. I bought it and never installed it.
You're not an idiot, but if you get a chance, if you run out of things to play, which I know you won't for a long time, it's a fun game to play, man. It takes me back to playing Rainbow Six Vegas with my brother.
Rainbow Six is great.
Terrorist Hunt. I used to love the shit out of that. It's a lot of fun. It's a 5v5 multiplayer kind of thing.
Okay. Class-based.
Class-based, yeah. Very class-based. One team defends a building, the other breaches and attacks and has to finish an objective. A lot of fun. Moving on from that, what have I been playing? I'll tell you what I was thinking about playing. You heard of this game, Fortnite?
I have.
You heard of these recent things going on with Fortnite?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Fortnite recently announced they're making a Battle Royale mode. 100-man, free-for-all, dive into an area, start out with nothing. Does this sound familiar to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit like PUBG? Well, it's a carbon copy of PUBG. Now, immediately sounds negative. What I liked about it is the developer basically came out and they were like, look, we love Battle Royale genre, and we love PUBG, and we think what they're doing is the best version of it, and we think our platform is another game that would work well for it. So we want to make sure that the people who can't yet play it on console have another outlet for it, which I really respected from them. They didn't try to be like, no, ours is unique. And
blah, blah, blah. They didn't go with all the PR
carbon, basic, pretty much copy with a little smudgings here.
Sure.
Instead of a plane...
But that's not the only mode, right?
No. Fortnite has a whole other game.
Whole thing.
It's like a tower defense game, third-person shooter.
So that makes it a little more forgivable.
Absolutely. It's forgivable anyway, and I went back and forth on it too, but I think it's totally fine, especially with how they came out and talked about it. Instead of a plane, it's like a flying party bus. It's just like, and then like everyone jumps out and you like glide down, but you have a pickaxe in that game. It's like Minecraft mixed with PUBG.
Okay.
And you find resources, you can build forts, and even though it gets smaller, just like PUBG and everything. So really cool though. I considered buying that. I haven't yet, just to get my PUBG outlet there. So I can't just keep going to Kevin's to play it, which I've done way too much.
My favorite moment so far, and I haven't totally finished the third episode yet.
Yeah.
My favorite moment so far is the beginning of the second episode. Where you're getting chased.
Right, where he's getting chased. Dude, oh my God.
I was crying.
I was upset that he didn't keep a little bit of the dialogue between us.
Yeah, I was wondering what you guys were saying because you were laughing so much.
He unfortunately had some editing issues with that file. We had the file size at like 21 gigabytes. And we had a huge problem getting it optimized.
Oh, yeah.
So, which we figured it out, but that was after that. But his software couldn't even edit it. He would clip something and it would buffer for 10 minutes before.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was a mess, dude. We had to go and figure out.
Why?
I don't know. You know, we used to have problems with the MP3s.
Something to do with PUBG, man.
Very similar.
But it seems like PUBG creates issues with recording.
It did before with the anti-cheat thing. A lot of run around, but we figured it out. But dude, I would have loved for him to keep the dialogue a little bit in there because that was him playing. I don't know if you
I could tell he was the one playing because you were over here with your hands up.
He couldn't get it just because of the way he was reacting. Because Kevin, when he freaks out, is the funniest shit to me. Because he reaches an octave that you and I could never dream of.
And it's somewhere between a squeal and like nails on a chalkboard.
It's so good, man.
It's so hilarious.
And he's running from this crazy person who would not quit. Like, there was loot to be looted. And Kevin was like, I'll just leave.
Yeah.
And this person was going to risk it all to just kill fucking Kevin with his bare hands. But, so he's...
Probably Jeff.
He's running, I know, it probably was stream sniping. But he was running for like a solid 10 minutes. It's sped up in the video, but there's that one point where he's like, this bitch is crazy! This fucking bitch is crazy! And I wish he would have left that part in there, because it was so... funny, dude.
That is too bad.
Laughing
if it makes you feel better, not having known that, I was laughing my ass off watching that.
Dude, it was
so. Even though we may have lost some stuff in translation, it did not.
And he would look back, and she just like Terminator 2. She was just catching up.
And when it's sped up like 3 times.
God,
oh my god,
it was hilarious. But
wonderful.
I didn't mean to go off.
No, I'm the one who did that.
But yeah, I've been playing Rainbow Six, Overwatch. I might jump into Fortnite, but I'm.
You're considering Fortnite.
I'm considering Fortnite.
I'm hoping you save those $30.
Well, yeah, I know, but does that transition into your okay?
But keep going.
I will, and then I'm excited to dive back into Witcher. We've had her sister staying with us, my girlfriend's younger sister.
Oh, cool.
And there's parts of Witcher I don't want to play with her there, understandably, right?
So, with Witcher, yeah.
With Witcher, yeah. So it's I've been. Yeah,
it's Game of Thrones in...
especially where I'm at with Kira right now. Yeah, I don't want to risk not missing out on that. So
yeah, no, that for me, like even if it wasn't like a kid or whatever, just in general, like look, just like Witcher's my story. Like,
yeah, let me be alone.
I'm a fan of this. Like, I don't ever want to feel like someone's watching it and like not knowing.
Oh, you should do that. You should do that.
Or just taking something out of oh, what is this? Just porno?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
and they missed out the last 20 hours.
It's like of all the character
building
dialogue
a relationship with this person.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Dude, I feel the same way. So that's why I've been hesitant. What about you, man? Take it over.
I've been playing a lot of shit, dude. Well, okay, so So let's see. It was Tuesday or Friday the 6th or the 8th or whatever it was. It was last Friday the 8th. Is when Destiny 2 came out.
Yeah.
So I went and rented it.
Okay.
Because I was like, but Doug was enjoying it.
Yeah.
I was like, and Doug was just right along with us on Destiny 1. He's not a Destiny guy.
Really?
No.
Oh, I thought Doug was like Destiny man. Like,
not at all.
Really?
No, he hated the first game just like we did. He was really upset by what ended up happening and like saw it for what it could be and was even more mad that it wasn't that. He was like the exact same story with us.
Huh.
So I rented it and I had no standards.
Which is good.
I was not super pumped. But I wanted to give it a shot. So I played it over the last weekend. And it's really good, man. I said in our like Facebook chat and I think everyone picked up on the sarcasm, but it also wasn't sarcasm. I said like it's got cutscenes with dialogue and a storyline.
Right.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Halo, dude.
The story, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Dude,
these are bold words coming from you, man.
The music is as good as some of Halo stuff was, and it's just got this like it's got its own identity, which like the one thing I've heard kind of leveled criticism toward Bungie is that like it's really similar to Halo in the sense that they feel like the Covenant a lot. Like a lot of the enemies feel like the Covenant.
I've heard that. Yeah.
You know, like some of the different races are almost like facsimiles of. You know, like these ones are just like elites, and these ones are just like brutes, and these ones are just like the Flood.
I've heard the complaint a lot that they carried over basically the exact same enemy from Destiny 1 and just kind of pasted it into Destiny 2.
Yeah, but they did. Absolutely, they did that. And the reason that I'm forgiving it right now with that is because I feel like I usually try to side with developers and all this stuff. And I know that they made some bad decisions and they made a lot of mistakes. But there's also like, how do you do anything right when Activision is breathing down your fucking neck?
Exactly.
So they released Destiny 1 and it's just not what they want. And I feel like this is sort of a do-over.
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of ways. It is a sequel. They paid some tribute to like the first game for sure, story-wise, for people who are really into it. Mm-hmm. But it's not 2.
Really?
You don't need to play.
You don't need to play Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
That's good.
It's a fresh restart.
That's a good sign.
Like, which is part of the reason I'm okay with having a lot of the same enemies.
Yeah.
Because they're reintroducing them to you. Like, okay, sorry, we're gonna tell you who they are now. So like you kind of like the Cabal have a leader, and like the cutscenes will go back and show like what he's doing and show his motivations, and he's a complete character, and they're showing like somehow the Cabal works. So I actually have an understanding of like what they are and why they're doing the things they're doing, which is really nice. Instead of just being these random enemies that just hang out and wait for you to walk by. Yeah. There's a lot more instances where you'll walk into areas and the other AI is fighting each other already, and like it just feels like it's a little bit different every time. I mean, you still. Part of the reason also, I will admit to the reason I like Destiny 2 is that my standards have been adjusted in the sense like I kind of know what to expect from a Destiny game, and there are still parts that I was originally disappointed with that I got over. So I never got over the shit story. I never got over the multiplayer being leveled and not being a very good job of like sorting things out.
Yeah.
I never got over the shitty RNG loot.
Yeah.
I did get over like the structure of the game. At first, I didn't like that I couldn't fly my ship, and I didn't like that you landed in the same spot when you go to the planet and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But those are things that it's like, you know what, like those aren't actually bad. Those are mechanics.
Yeah.
And they're just the same in any other game. I mean, I can't use that as a complaint and then play Uncharted.
Right.
And it's the same thing.
Exact
you know what I mean?
same
like,
every time, yeah.
And I love it.
Sense.
I'm not going to fault it for like repeating mechanics that weren't really a problem the first time.
Right.
But all those major issues I just talked about have been totally resolved.
Really?
Completely. Dude, I get gear constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Gears dropping. It's like Diablo. And it's not RNG bullshit. There's no Ingrams that you get that say they're legendary and they turn out to be common.
Right, yeah.
All that shit is fixed. The RNG system is gone. It's always adapted to your level. Every now and then you get one that's not quite as good or whatever, because you get more drops. So just like in Diablo, sometimes people drop shit and good stuff. So you'll get shit and you can break that down and you can use those parts to do other things with later. But it's just you get a more consistent drop. You will never have to go and do the horrific depths of grinding that the people were doing before.
Right. Yeah.
The game is gonna reward you for playing the game the way it's meant to play. There's no reason to go to a loot cave and shoot the monsters that are respawning
over
out of
and
desperation,
over and over. Yeah.
or having to do the same strike 60 times.
Right.
You won't have to do all of that because by the time you've done everything the game has to offer, you're gonna have great gear, and then the next thing's gonna be out. And they're doing more like a Total War approach where they're releasing a lot of more free LC and then a paid and some free and then a paid instead of just like, here's this expansion, this expansion, this expansion. They're all done. We know exactly what they're going to be. Right. Please, $35. They're still asking $35 for the season pass because that's what games do now.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I don't know exactly when they're coming out yet, and I know they're telling you the free stuff that's coming. I don't know. I feel like it's just like a little bit more of a drip feed that's going to be more consistent than just like that huge time where they were like they knew they fucked up.
Yeah. So
they went and made Taken King, which is they had to take a left turn last second and redo the whole game. Yeah. Whereas now they know what people want and they deliver on the story. The multiplayer is 4v4. It's way less chaotic and way more like Halo now. I feel like it's super tight. These maps are like perfect, dude.
Really?
The Crucible's so fun. It is so much fun.
Dude, that really surprises me coming from you.
Oh, I love it.
Like, yeah.
Well, but the thing is too is like, I loved multiplayer in Halo because it was you got both. So when I'm not in the mood to play Crucible, I can still play Destiny. Yeah, because like that's what I found with Overwatch is like I love that game. I love playing with you guys, but like I'm like I don't
want to play multiplayer.
I don't want to play. Yeah. I don't want to get all fucking frustrated.
You want to be competitive right now.
Yeah, but I'm in the mood to play Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like, so it's this weird contradiction.
If it had a story or a
so like we can get on every Friday and be like, you guys want to do Crucible? Yeah, let's do it. You guys want to do Crucible? Nah, I'm not really feeling it. Okay, let's run a strike.
Yeah.
And you have all of those like different options. Like I'm starting to see like must have been what Destiny is like for people who liked it.
You're right. Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Because I'm playing the story and it's got cutscenes, it's got characters. Some of the dialogue's kind of shitty. Like it's not a BioWare game or a Naughty Dog game.
No, of course.
But it's good. It's good, and I'm interested in the world, and like I want to keep going and see what happens next. Yeah. And like they even introduce, like they definitely reintroduced the characters. Like you remember the Hive?
Kind of.
They're introduced real early into the game. They have like their most basic one is like they just run really fast at you and they hit you.
Yeah.
And you gotta like get them down.
So, yeah.
Then they just like you just walk down a stairway and you're fighting them all of a sudden. The first game. You're like, what the fuck? What is going? In this one, like, and I won't spoil. It's pretty early on. I won't spoil like the story, but you get there and it's like a horror game. You're like walking through these halls and there's all this growth on the walls and there's like eels like worm things that are going through and it's all this horrible music. It's like this. Do you remember the first time you met the Flood?
Yes.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's
oh
like that.
One of my favorite moments from Halo.
They introduce their enemies as part of the world, not just like, oh yeah, so these are the Flood ones.
Right, yeah. The Flood
you know what I mean? Like you walk in, you're like, I mean, I knew
Spider guys.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I knew they were the Hive because I played the first game. Mm-hmm. But I was like, this is real presentation. I'm kind of like scared a little bit. Like it felt like Dead Space. And I kind of knew what was coming, but when it did, it was exciting. It was like they were coming from every direction, dropping from the ceiling, coming out of the floor, like flying. And it was like this moment, and there's this crazy music, and like they set it up. They present their world so much better than in the first one, and it's still and I'm hooked because those things are fixed. The original hook that grabbed people who didn't care about that stuff and liked it is now into me. Like, I want to play. I want to get all the fucking gear.
Really?
I care about exotics now. Like, I want legendaries.
I care about exotics.
I want to get...
Whatever those are.
Well, because before it's like, oh, what's an exotic weapon? How do you get that? Well, you got to play this mission 250 times.
And there's a 10% chance that boss will drop it.
And it could take up to 6 hours per mission.
Right, exactly.
And you got to do it over and over and over again. Yeah. I'm like, I'm turning this off. You don't have to do that anymore. It's not busy work. There's going to be some grinding.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's an RPG. It's a loot-based RPG. There is... I mean, Diablo has grind, too.
Yeah,
but it's how well you hide it.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you remember patrol missions? You could go... When you go to, like, Earth, you can do the story missions, which are different dots. Mm-hmm. And then there was patrol, which just opened up the map for you to run around.
Yeah, you could run around and
you could go to those little beacons that are blinking, and you hold X, and it's like...
Like a side mission.
It was shit, though. They'd be like, kill 4 enemies.
Right, yeah.
Okay? So now, that is its own storyline, independent of the main storyline.
Okay.
So you get introduced to these characters on Earth, and as you do those missions, each one is successive, and these 2 characters are like dialogue, radio dialogue, constantly. So it's like there's a little narrative going on where you do this, which leads to this, which leads to this, and you're like helping this Earth resistance against the Cabal, and like there's context to patrol. Even it's not just like I'll hold X on this and go pick up some leaves. Like it was so like boring and dull and vanilla and just nothing was thought out, and I felt like no one cared when they did this. They were in the first game. But now it's all structured in there, and it all fits so well. I just love it. I love going to Director. I love going to Crucible, and go back to Earth, and going to all these different ones, and like, it's so good. It's fantastic, man.
Wow. I am very surprised.
I
knew you were.
So am I.
I knew you were pretty high on it, but not to that level, and I'm excited to hear.
I mean, and again, I do want to admit that like there are things where I run into that were very Destiny 1 still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I expect them this time. Mm-hmm. And there are things that just they don't bug me. Mm-hmm. So definitely take that into account in the sense that, like, there are things when I'm saying I really, really, really like it, there are things that I'm letting go.
Yeah.
There were things that bothered me before that I just understood, okay, this is Destiny.
Right.
Like, there are some stuff
and they
here.
make up for it in other areas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You are going to run through some of the same areas to get to different... And,
like
and you know, some of the enemies they reappear in the same spots. Like, some of those things that just really turn me off.
Yeah.
That's the way this game works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And most loot-based RPGs work, yeah. I mean, Borderlands, if you ever played it, very similar.
Yeah.
You brought up Diablo, very similar. So.
Right. You're always running through those same hallways.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's just something that I've kind of let go because when I was so upset with the first Destiny, everything was a problem.
Yeah.
And you're just nitpicking. You're just like, oh, you're just frustrated. Where now it's the opposite. I'm like, well, all right.
Can I bring up some of the biggest criticisms I've heard, and maybe you can give me your take on those?
Yeah, sure.
So one I've heard, well, this isn't of the newest one, but Destiny 1 every character, you had like the 3 classes you could choose from, like Warlock.
That's another thing I was going to talk about.
I don't remember the other 2. I'm sorry.
Titan,
Warlock, and Hunter. And they were all kind of the same.
I'm so glad.
Aside from their power move, if you will.
Yeah.
Other than that, they were basically identical. Is that changed at all?
Totally.
Ian can't find words.
I couldn't think of the word.
He couldn't find words.
That was one of my huge problems with the first game.
Yeah.
They were the fucking same thing. Completely different. So like they bought in because I feel like the first one was they didn't make him different enough, and I feel like part of that was because they were worried about being too RPG like.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, don't worry about it. It's more just kind of look and you're super. And like they didn't want to I feel like they didn't want to be too nerdy for the shooter jocks. You know, when you're like mage, rogue, and warrior,
right?
Oh god, get your D&D shit out of here, bro. But they just don't care about that anymore. I don't think because it's absolutely different. So it's not as different as Diablo. I'm gonna use Diablo. We're gonna use Diablo here.
Yeah, that'll be the
I think it's a good way to show the differences and the similarities. Mm-hmm. They're not as extreme differences because it's still a first-person shooter.
Right.
You still can use any gun you want. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have about the same amount of health. But there is a lot more differences in the upgrades now. They all have different like jumps. So I'm playing a hunter, and I have a triple jump, but I can't float. So I'm like pop, 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 and I have a lot of control.
Okay.
Whereas a Titan is like a fucking helicopter.
Oh,
he can just float around and just gun people down.
Oh god.
and then the warlocks are like get these like a longer forward leaps and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the reason that doesn't sound like it's a huge difference, but when you get into the late game with raids, that have a bunch of different platforming, you're going to need those different kinds of mobility to do different things. Like if there's like a console that needs to be pushed and it's like a bunch of different heights, you're going to want the hunter who can completely control exactly where he's jumping. Whereas the long jump of the warlock might be kind of hard to like get. The hunter being kind of the rogue, you can now hit B twice. There's all these different like links with the melee and the bonuses that you can get. And you can, if you hit B twice, it pulls out to third person, and they do like a double backflip, and you can like get out of shit.
Oh, okay.
So cool. like when I'm playing multiplayer and I run in, there's like 6 guys, the whole team. I double B and I backflip out of there and I run off. And then you've got different, of course you have your different supers, but like the skills are different too. So the Titan can put down a big shield that the team can take cover behind. It's a big portable shield too that you can carry along with them. The Warlock can now heal. There's one class that's a healer, so you can put down like a thing that heals in an area, and the team can get on the area there.
Yeah.
So like they all have like different little roles that they can play when they play together that benefit the other.
Yeah.
So it's not extreme, but it's way better.
Way better than the first. Yeah. Really, the only other thing I can think of is I heard the customization isn't as in depth compared to the first one as people would have hoped. Like it's very similar as far as like the layout and UI and everything like that.
Well, the UI is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The UI is the same.
Really?
There's nothing different about it.
Okay.
So it's the same menu.
Not a bad thing.
I was fine.
Necessarily,
it was never something that bothered me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a desktop with your mouse.
Yeah, the
cursor.
little orb. Yeah.
So that's the same. So Activision got their grimy hands on this. They're like, look, we need to figure out a way to really just rob people as much as we can.
Right.
So shaders.
I've heard about this too.
So shaders now, it's one shader per piece of equipment.
And they're consumable, right?
And they're consumable.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
Interesting.
And guess what? You can buy them.
Of course.
There's so much negative feedback to that, though.
Yeah. You think they'll change it?
I'm thinking they might.
Really?
I don't know that. They may not. I mean, if Activision's like, no, I don't care what you do, suck them dry.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much negative reaction to that I think they're probably going to change it.
Really?
Because you can, I guess. You shouldn't be able to go from better to worse in a sequel.
Right.
Whereas you get shaders. The one thing I do like that is definitely better is you no longer have to go to a one person on the fucking tower. There's less reliance on the home base.
Yeah.
You don't have to go fucking back every
After
goddamn
every mission,
second. No, there's no. So shaders just get dropped now, which I think is way better.
Yeah.
So you don't have. You can just pick up shaders as you're killing enemies.
How did you get them before?
You had to go to that woman who sold them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You had to go, or I think you can get them like as like multiplayer bonuses too. But like, yeah, you can get them in multiplayer too. But you'd have, or like raid, after the mission's over, like strikes, it'll give you random shit.
Yeah.
You can get them there.
Okay.
But like the way you would go and acquire them would be you have to go to the tower and run to that lady and talk to her, and she charged a bunch of money for them.
Okay.
Whereas now you just get them as you play the game.
Huh.
So that is nice. But it sucks. Same with the ships. You don't have to like fucking go and pay a mortgage to buy a ship that's a loading screen. They just drop.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
You have to get pretty far in the game before that starts to happen. But you just get new ships now.
Have you beaten
the game? Color your ships. No, I have not.
I've heard it. I've heard people only claim that it improves when you beat it. As far as
I've heard they fixed the end game, which was a huge problem I had with the first one.
So I mean, dude, so far it sounds like you're giving it
right now. It's like
thumbs up.
Currently, it's like an 8.
Wow.
Or 7.5 or an 8.
Yeah.
And that's I haven't even played. I'm not very far in the story.
Yeah.
The story I've heard is not super long. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I mean, you got the story. You've got the patrol has been renamed to Adventures.
Okay.
So you got the Adventures. You got the story. Do you remember public events you would just randomly run into? Like, public event, and like it was like a big battle and draw other guardians in the area. Those now are when you go to Earth. Those are marked on the map and show you how long it is until they start.
That's pretty cool.
So you can land and get the fuck over there and like hit those things because they always drop great gear. But it's completely random. I hope I run into it.
And it's a blast working with other guardians.
Now it tells you where they are and when. So they're like huge battles now. You'll get there and there's like 8, 9 other people running around, and there's all these like dropships coming in. Like the look and feel is so much more grand now, especially because they tell you when it's going to start and where it is. All these guardians show up, and there's all of these ships, and it's like a huge battle now in this. That really fucking
sounds like a blast. One last
really
question.
Fun.
I won't keep you on desk.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We talked about before, and you might have answered this already. You talked about before how in Diablo, if you have a person of a much lower level than you, and let's say you're playing in the higher level person's world, it'll scale the enemy for them to be easier. That way,
you mean when you're in a group playing PvE or in multiplayer?
Like PvE. So PvE, if you have a person, or even a person who's of much higher level than you in your world, it'll still make your enemies
whoever's fire team leader.
Yeah, okay. Now
is going to be like the progress made.
Yeah.
Is like progress made through the game is going to be that leader. And as far as leveling goes, I think it levels to each person like ESO.
Okay.
I don't actually know. That's a great question.
Just you would know by now if my concern was happening. Like I was thinking one of those where you had other guardians coming in. If you had a guy who was super high level with some gun that does 1 million damage, is he just one-shotting every enemy, or is everyone having a fair fight? Is everyone taking part in the battle?
If you're together if it's cooperative, then I think it's going to count your stats. Mm-hmm. So the stronger guy would be getting more of the kills.
Okay.
But it's still going to because they're random moments. Yeah. Like they can't just cut your legs off.
Right.
Like, oh, you now suck because there's other shitty people around.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
You know, but multiplayer has been drastically changed with that.
Explain.
Like before, they were like, "Oh, don't worry, it's all leveled." They would say that it's all leveled. Like, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact it does a better job of putting you with people who are on the same level.
Okay.
Because okay, fine, you're leveling damage out with my level 1 auto rifle and their super gun.
Of course.
But their super gun still fires twice as fast and is twice as accurate.
Right. Yeah.
None of that was changed. They're still running around with the fucking Galahorn, firing missiles and shit and blowing everybody away.
Galahorn.
And it's like, it's so it does a better job of putting you in correct leveled groups.
That's good.
And it just feels more competitive. It just feels like because it's 4-on-4.
Yeah.
So things are like really, if one person's messing, it's all about that little group. And they do a good job of balancing, like it's team based, but at the same time, it's all like when you see him and he sees you, and you get that Halo thing, and you start jumping and throwing grenades and shit, and like I miss that style.
Dude, I miss that from Halo a lot too.
If this game feels like fucking Halo, dude. It's
so
weird.
Now my question is, this offer you've been referring to,
gotta get Destiny.
Mischievously,
buy it.
You said $30.
Well, I'm saying save your $30, and if you've already spent $30 in your mind, then you only got to spend $30 more.
Only $30 more. That's
because
how money
here's
works.
The thing, man. Like I'm dedicating myself to this game. I mean, there's gonna be other stuff that's gonna come out that I'll play.
Yeah.
But I own the digital copy, so I can just hop on whenever I want. And Doug owns it, and Tim is thinking about renting it and like seeing if he likes it. He's thinking about getting it. It's like and I love the idea that we can play it and do different shit.
Yeah.
We can do story mission. We can do Crucible. We can do, and there's a ton of game modes, by the way, in Crucible now. That's like really cool.
Is it all 4v4?
Yes, it's all. They're really on the 4v4. There's like quick play, which is it's sort of similar to Outlast. What the fuck?
Overwatch. You get a video camera. You got to find
the batteries hiding under the bed. All of that. Yeah. It's like Overwatch. There's one that's called competitive.
Okay.
Which is, it's still 4v4. But they're different game modes that are a little bit more about teamwork, whereas quick play is more like deathmatch style stuff.
Okay, yeah. So
you can kind of just whatever you're in the mood for, just jump in, not worry about it, or you can do the competitive, which is more like taking the points and like grabbing things. And there's this one, I love this like kill and confirm one, where you kill them and then they drop a thing and you have to go over there and get it.
Pick it up.
So you have to like cover each other as you go and grab these up because like people will come after it. I mean, you can pick up your own team's death mark that takes it back. And they're fun, man. Dude. Simple, but fun, and lots of variation.
Interesting. Man, that's a good sell. It's a hard sell.
I mean, I'm not trying to sell it. Like, again, here's the thing. If you hated everything about Destiny 1... No, I'm just saying not you in general. Yeah. If you're listening, or you or anyone, you won't like this game. It's still Destiny.
Yeah.
It's still Destiny. It might get old at some point. Like, I'm not trying to promise the moon. It's just, for me, I had serious complaints, as did a huge other group of people, and Bungie went, fix. And for me, that is enough.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to forgive parts that I still don't love about it.
So with the first one, I didn't necessarily hate anything about the game.
No, I was just let down all the time.
No, all the time. And what really happened with me, though, is I didn't have, which we talk about all the time with multiplayer games, is like the committed... not even committed, but the group of people that you could jump in with and do the raids with and the strikes with. And it felt to me like after a year, everybody was so far ahead of me.
Oh,
like,
God.
Skill-wise.
Yeah, they had all these crazy weapons. Like, how do you do that? And they're like, oh, you just have to jump down the hole of justice. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The hole of justice. Yeah, and they're like, you finished the raid 90 times. There's an 8% chance. It's like,
exactly. I hated that crap. That's all fucking gone. And they noticed, too, that like it was like 50% or more didn't play any of the raids.
Really?
Yeah, because the raids are like high-level stuff. They're hard.
Yeah.
And there's 6 teams of 6.
Yeah.
And they take like 2 hours.
Jesus
They're
Christ.
like these huge missions, right?
Yeah.
And like they're impossible to get to. Like you had to really dedicate yourself. And they're like, no one fucking played this.
Yeah.
Except for the hardcore Destiny people.
Huh.
So they came up with ways that make it way more intuitive and easy to get into.
Man.
And like Doug and I are in it.
Dude, it sounds like
you probably
a blast,
won't see either of us on Overwatch now.
I know. I've accepted that fate a long time ago.
Because
it sounds like a blast.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm super happy about it.
Interesting.
So I'm at that point now where I'm at work. I'm like, man, if I could just get another pair of boots. You know what I mean? Like,
if I could get
I'm at that point. I'm like, my mask is so cool.
Yeah.
I just need to find a shader. Like I'm at that. I'm already gone there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, maybe I'll rent it. See what I think.
Yeah, get it in like Redbox, man. I got like $3, $7.
Yeah, $2, $3 a week, whatever.
Redbox.
Interesting.
So yeah, man.
Interesting.
Pick that shit up.
Maybe I will. Sounds fun, dude. Sounds fun.
You want to go over our little topics?
I guess. Whatever.
What time is it? We got 20 minutes left?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's absolutely do it.
All right. Let's see here. Let me see what we got. The first one...
one more thing. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Before we jump into this. I talked on what we were playing earlier. We brought up me playing PUBG at Kevin's house.
Yeah.
You'll be happy to hear the next Let's Play is Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, our friend Kevin, way too good at. Like, enjoys it way too much.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, he started laughing maniacally as he murdered people. He refused to play...
What is it about?
It's, have you watched any of the Friday the 13th gameplay?
Yes.
Just like it.
Oh, really?
There's 4 survivors and 1 monster. There's different monsters that you can level up and change, which is actually really cool. He refused to play as a victim. Only a serial killer every time.
You get to pick?
He started... Yeah, you can pick play as killer, play as a survivor. Oh. As the survivors, you can level them up, too. Individually and find gear and stuff. It's actually really cool. But he started referring to the victims as sheep and kind of reciting these
weird,
poetic, serial killery mantras that I was like really surprised by, and he was cutting off angles and throwing hatchets across the map to hit people in the head, and I was like, oh, you're scarily good at this game, kid. And apparently he's been playing more of it and fucking loving it.
I bet. I bet he's playing it like crazy.
That was it, yeah. So the next Let's Play will be Dead by Daylight instead of PUBG.
Cool. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that for sure. See, the thing is, but none of your gameplays were your survivors?
For that one, no. We might do another one flip-flop.
Because I say, like, yeah, I mean, he can have all the fun playing killer he wants, but if you want to do a Let's Play, you should probably see the whole
probably.
game. And there'd be a lot of fun moments running away.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. He refused to do it, but maybe next, or this upcoming week, I'll convince him to flip-flop a little bit.
Or you can play as a survivor.
But I wanted to try the monsters, too. It was my first time playing.
True.
I was like, man, it would be fun to kill someone.
That's true. That's true.
Let's jump into the news, man.
All right, man. Not a lot of news, really. Just some interesting topics that I was kind of curious about. So, Jeff Kaplan of Blizzard fame, lead dog on Overwatch, basically came out and said, play nice, play fair, and because you're all evil, terrible, toxic people, we're not going to make any more DLC.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, he says, play nice, play fair,
it says,
and a reaction to the rising tide of toxicity or bad behavior in the game.
Yeah.
And wants to make Overwatch a more welcoming place.
I may be misquoting, but he said something like he wants gamers to look within themselves, right? Something along those lines at the top there?
Yeah, he did. He said, calls on gamers to look inward.
To look inward. So, I don't immediately know how to feel about this, only because I'm wondering where he's been for the last 15 years, where online gaming has really been a thing, and people have always been shitty.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he doesn't know that. I think he's like, I'm fucking sick of this shit.
No, I get it.
He wants to try and do something.
I totally get it, but maybe he's not coming off like it's a new thing. Maybe he is trying to make a change, but I think, and maybe it's just a natural pessimist in me, but I feel like people are always just gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge percentage of not shitty people that play Overwatch and fucking love it. You know what I mean? And I hate that the shitty...
I feel like those people are quiet because they don't know who's going to be a
That's what I mean, is that the shitty people are getting the attention because they're the boisterous ones and they're the ones getting the attention. You know what I mean? And which is really unfortunate, and it fucks everybody over.
Well, apparently Blizzard has taken action against more than 480,000 accounts.
It's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
340,000 of those were a result of the player reporting system that they have in place right now.
Yeah.
He said there's not going to be a moment where we have a magic patch in Overwatch that makes bad behavior go away.
No.
But it is a continual process that we are very dedicated to fixing and improving. Kaplan added that Blizzard does not plan to create naughty pools, as some games do, where offending players aren't banned altogether but put in a pool with other jerks.
In their own,
He said, our highest level philosophy is, if you are a bad person doing bad things in Overwatch, we don't want you playing Overwatch.
No, he has every right to do that. That team has every right to do that with how much work they've put in. I think there's an argument for both sides. I mean, as a person who loves the game, it is unfortunate to hear that it now may take longer for more content to come out. But also, as a person who's been a gamer his whole life, it would be nice to see a change in some of the arguably most terrible communities ever anywhere is the online gaming community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it would be nice this is the first time I've ever heard of anyone of that level try to take a stand against it, and I respect him for that, for sure.
Yeah, he did say the bad behavior not just ruining the experience for one another, but the bad behavior is now actually making the game progress in terms of development at a much slower rate.
Oh, wow.
Huh. And he acknowledged that he's been mean online in the past as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all have, but what do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't even know if it'll work. I don't really care if it works. I just like that the developer is actually going to try and do something.
Right? Yeah.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, oh, it's the way it is. They all suck.
Yeah.
Deal with it. It's like, he's sick of it. And they're playing his game. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
he's like, I'll shut
it's
it
like
off.
all this crap is happening in his game. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, he feels probably partially responsible. I mean, I never really picked that up, and there was a few people we talked to that were...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a huge majority of people that either are okay or just don't talk.
Dead silent.
Or just don't talk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me, when I solo queue, I don't put a mic on. I don't talk.
No.
I'd play the game and I'd play well and I just don't talk.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, we had, 5% of the games we played, there were some shitty people. You know what I mean? But,
And I feel like that's the Overwatch community is nowhere near as bad as other games.
No, yeah. I was gonna bring.
I remember Halo being pretty bad.
Halo was bad because so many fucking people played it. It almost became like Call of Duty mainstream for like a little bit. And I don't mean to compare the two. Forgive me, but
no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
And I was gonna bring up Rainbow Six. By the way, I'm loving the game. Probably the worst online community I've ever played with.
Right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Only because in every game I play. People take that game more seriously than any game I've ever played. Whereas, like, you're joining the party. And if you play competitive mode, like, we're gonna win. We're all gonna be in a party. If you don't join the party, I have, in the last 2 days, been called more, like, terrible shit than I have in my entire life. My inbox on Xbox is full of just garbage. Like, if I don't join the party, and then, like, if I'm the last one alive... Because it's 5 people on 5, right? And then if everyone dies, everyone's watching me.
Yeah.
When they should be watching security cams and marking people, which you can do after you die. But they don't. They watch you, and there's like a lot of pressure. And, if you kill some people and then you die and you don't win the game, then you just get blown up with garbage. Like hot garbage. And it's the most I've ever gotten from any game before. And I was really surprised. I was like,
honestly, it is like kind of the primary reason I just don't really play multiplayer.
Yeah.
Unless I have other people playing.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. Yeah, because I'm not playing with I'm solo queuing like I do in most competitive multiplayer games, which you really shouldn't do. So it's mostly my fault. But, like, yeah, I've noticed it more in this game than any game. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just an interesting take to hear a developer like actually talk about it and care about it.
Yeah, take a stand.
We'll see if anything happens. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah.
The other thing, this is crazy for you and I. As big. Oh, and I finished Uncharted Lost Legacy. Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that at all.
I mean, we talked about it.
Well, we talked when you started it.
Yeah.
You didn't beat it yet.
No, I beat it now.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
What did you want to give a quick...
It's fucking over. It's Uncharted. It's fantastic.
You're shrugging a lot, though. I don't know. Like, I get a bad...
Dude, it's
a shruggy...
It's Uncharted. It was amazing. The characters were amazing. The story was really good. It was funny, and it was emotional, and it was action-packed, and there's a bunch of crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
And it was, like, one of some of the best graphics I've ever seen. It was, like, 6 or 7 hours, and it's so worth $60.
Dude, that...
$40. $40.
That,
$40.
I was like, $60.
Yeah, it's $40.
That opening scene of even just 4... Not just 4, but of 4 when you're leaving the orphanage.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I playing right now? Like, it just... My PS4 almost exploded, but it looks amazing. That game is, like, incredible. What they can do.
Just the puzzles are so cool. I really like the story, like, what it's talking about. Like, what, how each one's kind of themed around, an ancient culture. And this one's all about India and this ancient empire that fell to the Persians. And you're just in all these cool ruins in the fucking jungle. And there's monkeys. And it's just awesome, man. It's like, there's not much
How
to
long
say.
is it?
I'd probably beat it in like 6 hours.
Okay.
So it's not like Uncharted 4, which is like
15 hours.
When I got close to the end of 4, I was like, okay, this needs to actually
Me too.
end. I was like kind of ready for it to be over.
I loved the game. And I was like, man, are we still going?
Yeah.
I wanted
There's a couple times where I thought it was over, and then it was.
I wanted to platinum it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
I don't.
Like 1 and 2, I jumped back in and platinum, and I was like, whatever, I'll just beat it again in 3 hours. Yeah,
exactly. 4 was their final game.
It was girthy.
So all of this come up because Bruce Straley, who is like one of the main guy. I mean, it's like
it's Neil.
If you have a 4-person band that's famous. Like, you just lost your drummer or your singer.
I picture Neil and Bruce is like the 2 names that I go to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would have put the writer of the Uncharted games in there before. I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. But she left. She's
working on the Star Wars game.
Yep.
Good for her.
So, yeah, Bruce Straley, one of the most prominent individuals at Uncharted and The Last of Us developer Naughty Dog, has announced he is leaving the studio.
Interesting.
He's been working there for almost 20 years.
It's nuts. He put out a statement. I wasn't able to read it, but does he give any insight? None?
None. He says, as I close this chapter with a heavy heart and an appreciation for everything Naughty Dog has done for me, I open the next with an excitement to continue the journey into the creative process. I don't have anything to announce just yet, but I look forward to the discovery and to sharing it with you all soon.
This is interesting because remember when the Kojima thing exploded?
Yeah.
We all knew pretty much what happened. And we knew at least it was...
they're trying to take his name.
We knew
off
at
the
least
box
it was
shit.
a negative thing.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think this is.
I don't think it is either. I feel like everyone over there, I don't want to call it a big family because I don't know any of them personally, but that's the vibe you get.
Definitely.
When you see...
That's why their games are so good.
Yeah, when you see Neil or even Bruce in interviews, it's like they're just hanging out. Like, we just love game. We love our games. We love the games and the characters we created. Even the voice actors, Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson.
Nolan North.
Nolan North. Yeah, fucking yeah, Nolan North. I mean, just they don't have enough nice things to say about these people who they're just working for temporarily. I mean, they're just temps for these people when these games are made. So I think you're right. I don't feel like it's a negative thing, but I wonder. It doesn't sound like he's retiring.
No. I think he's going. He just wants to. He just doesn't want to make Last of Us and Uncharted anymore. You know.
I wonder what it is. I wonder what.
Maybe it's his own studio. Could be his own startup studio. Could be going to join a different one. I mean, this is. Normally I'd be worried, but I feel like Naughty Dog is just not... I feel like they're not going to miss a beat. Not because he was a big part of it, but they're just on a point now where, like when her name is Amy Hennig. When she left, I was like, oh no! But then the two of them wrote it, I was like, oh, never mind.
It was great.
It was great, you know, so it's like, I think they're going to be fine, but I want to know what he's doing.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like,
and we probably won't know for a long time. He may announce
he said
something.
soon.
Soon, yeah.
6 months, maybe.
In game development, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's
3
6
years
months.
from now? Yeah, 6 months.
Well, to me, soon is like less than a year.
Yeah, okay.
Soon.
That's fair.
I mean, maybe he's got a different...
I hope you're right. We don't get like a Death Stranding situation with like... Norman Reedus is in this game, and
it'll be out. And
he had a baby.
You'll all be 54 years old when you see this game. It'll be out on the PS11.
PS11. Yep. But I mean, best of wishes to him, of course. I'm sure he'll go on to great things. Hopefully. I mean, I hope it's fortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what I hope he doesn't come out and like, we're making a VR game. Like, go
VR
sit
racing
on it.
game with
go
a story behind it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that he goes and like, you know, maybe he'll do an indie thing, but you know, he'll make an indie game like fucking Hellblade or whatever. You know, some like really good kind of character-based, story-based single player game.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
We need more of those.
We do.
We really do.
Yeah, especially on the indie side of it.
You know what I realized, and I'm not trying to veer off topic.
No, it's fine. That was pretty much it.
I was thinking about it. I haven't played a single-player, first-person shooter, story-based game in a long fucking time. Like a long time. Just to like play a campaign in a first-person shooter, I can't even remember the last one.
Last one for me would be Titanfall.
Yeah?
Titanfall 2.
I didn't play the campaign. I heard it was great. Comparatively.
It's not as good as everyone was saying.
Really? Yeah, I think we touched on that. When
it was fine.
You're like, it's what the first one should have been. Like,
yeah, it was decent. Well, I could say the same thing for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
It's
you're
definitely
right.
what the
No,
first one should have been. But I'm just way more into that.
I always wanted to play through Doom. I never did.
Oh, God.
I know, I need to play
Doom was fucking awesome.
I need to play Doom.
Oh, my God, dude.
But yeah, that was just a quick thought. But yeah, for Bruce, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Our love goes out to him, you know?
Yeah, man. I'm just really eager to see what he does next. Yeah. I want to see, like, based on, like, whenever we end up playing what he makes, I want to, like, be able to tell, like, okay, so Bruce Straley was clearly involved in these parts of Last of Us.
Yeah,
this game feels like this, you know?
When she has the porn magazine in the back, yeah.
Yeah, like, how much of, is he, like, the sense of humor or what? Like, how much of it was him and how much of it was everyone else? And, so I'm definitely curious to see that. I'm glad that he's staying in the business.
Do you think they keep on going as they are, or they bring in maybe a newer, fresher mind?
They'll probably hire more people.
Yeah,
in time. They'll probably bring like to the height up with Neil. They'll probably bring up someone else who's already been there for a long time, kicking sand right below them. But they'll hire more people.
Man, I follow Neil Druckmann on Twitter, and he just beat Last of Us for the first time.
Oh, really?
Ever? Yeah, I would imagine. When you make the game, it's like, I know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But so he waited a couple years later, and he just beat it, and he's posting a lot about it. I recommend people go read it. He's such an interesting guy to follow.
He is.
He really is.
I love his interviews. Did you see that he did an interview, and I don't remember his name. He interviewed the same position, creative director of Horizon. And that guy is really cool, too.
Really?
I'll have to
I don't even know his name.
Maybe we can watch it.
Yeah.
It's really good. And just...
Neil interviewed him.
Neil interviewed him.
Is Neil Druckmann a fan of?
Yeah, he loves Horizon.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So he played it, and like they talk back. He asked him like what made you decide this, and like what, and they ask each other questions. It's so.
Whoa!
Cool.
Wait, if we get maybe a collaboration attempt between
Jesus.
the two minds.
That would be insane. Developed by Naughty Dog and Guerrilla Games.
Dude, could you imagine?
Because Guerrilla Games went from like, oh yeah, the Killzone, those are good, and now they made Horizon. It's like
with fucking
boom.
Horizon. Yeah.
So
that's another one I need to beat.
Yeah, for sure. And like that one is, I don't know. I look at that as not being quite as much of a big thing to tackle.
No, yeah.
I mean, it's not a 100-hour game or even close.
Right,
You can do it in 30.
And I'm already 20 at least.
Yeah, you could probably like get in there, play it, and beat it in like 2 weeks.
Totally. Yeah.
Maximum.
Yeah, probably much.
So don't worry about. Honestly, I don't know. We're already in September, so. I'll probably just have to use that as one of my choices because you get 2, I get 2, and Kevin gets 2.
Dude, I'm not excited for that podcast at all.
It's not a podcast.
Or a video, whatever we're doing.
I'm going to put it together, a video.
Whatever we're doing.
Basically, all you need to do is I can help you write it, or you can write it. You write like 100-ish to between 100 and 200 words, and then record it. Sweet. And then I'll put the video together.
Still not excited
You can help me with it.
I still am not excited.
I don't like 2 games.
I feel like I'm cheating on other games. Like there's so much good shit. And
well, that's why we do create a podcast about all the other games.
The honorable mention podcast. I like that.
We've done it we've made a video every time.
Good.
So that absolutely happens. Because,
I'm excited to be a part of it, man.
But 6 games, no order of any kind.
Yeah.
There is no just 1 through 6.
Top 6.
It's just these are our 6 favorite games.
Dude.
So this is tough. You made this harder.
Out.
You made this harder because I got 3 last year, and now I only get 2 now.
You got to pick 2.
2, and like I know Kevin's not going to pick Horizon, so I already know Horizon's going to be one. I mean, unless something else, and then I got to choose. So I get 1 option, basically.
You get 1 option.
So I have to pick between Hellblade and like Battlefront when it comes out, and Assassin's Creed when it comes out.
I was just
thinking like all these games, Hellblade. And all these games that I'm playing right now, I have to pick.
Dude, I was just thinking, like, not even for this year, but the games coming out, man, here in the next calendar year are just, I cannot. Dude,
God of War.
Wait, man.
I keep seeing art from God of War. I'm like, this is just so much more up my alley than
the last 9 of them.
Yeah.
And God of War, dude. One game I shouldn't be excited for, but I'm way excited for. South Park: Fractured But Whole.
Oh, why shouldn't you?
I've never watched South Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never been a fan.
Okay.
I was always a Family Guy guy.
If you're not a fan of it, I would not play those games.
Not that you have to be a guy. No, hear me out. I played Stick of Truth.
Yeah, I mean, I have not, but I will.
Yeah, I know. I played it, and I loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played it, and I never watched the show.
And you don't really need to watch the show, but if you didn't like the show because you didn't like the humor, it's the same humor.
I guess I like the humor. I don't know what put me off about it. I don't know. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Biomutant. I looked that up again the other day. It came into my head, and I was like, that sounds like a blast right now. I was hoping, I couldn't remember, and I was hoping it came out by the end of the year, but it doesn't. It comes out next year. A lot of shit, man.
Dude, fucking Warhammer 2 comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I'm just saying because I was like, oh, all these choices, and then I've got that.
Yeah, man. Dude, and that...
Shit.
You know no one's picking that. Oh, Kevin might.
Kevin might.
Yeah, Kevin might. That Jurassic Park game...
I
don't know if that's coming out this year,
next year
or not, but I'm still...
Summer 2018. Yeah, that looks fun. God. It does look very fun.
So much good shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I'm really looking forward to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. I'm putting a little bit of faith, which I have not done in a long time. Like, I'll get excited about games like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
But like, Origins, I'm like kind of banking in a little bit. Like, it's going to be whether or not I stick with the franchise from here now.
People are liking it, man, and I'm trying to go into that how you went into Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Kind of just whatever. You know, I'm very neutral on it. I'm very okay. I didn't play the last 2. Maybe it was Unity, and then what?
Well, Unity would have been the second to last.
Okay, so
it was Unity and Syndicate.
Okay, I'm sorry. I played the shit out of Unity. I loved Unity. And then I didn't play Syndicate. So
I thought Syndicate was better than Unity, and I loved Unity.
Yeah, dude. But you're like you're balls to the wall fan of Assassin's Creed, like diehard.
Yeah,
but I'm excited, man.
Me too. It's gonna be a heck of the rest of the year, man. Dude, so we'll see how it all comes out. But so what? September 15th. Like, and Destiny, man, like I feel like I'm going to keep playing it.
Let's recap on that again. So I'm curious of the shelf life of this game. Not only for you, for Doug, for my friends. Dude, when I open my friends list, I'm saying 8 out of 10 people are playing Destiny 2. The other 2 are on Netflix. Like, if someone's playing a game, it's Destiny 2 right now.
Well, to bring back that correlation, like, if you get addicted to Diablo, you'll get addicted to this.
And I loved Diablo.
Yeah, because they play obviously totally different, but it's basically a loot system that functions.
Yeah.
So that's something that makes you want to keep playing. And it's a really good. It's always been a good first person shooter.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that was never.
It's Halo and Diablo had a baby, and that actually means it now.
Woo!
Without all the fucking caveats of the first game.
Yeah.
So will it have legs? I think what's going to happen is I'm going to play it a lot here these next few weeks. I'm going to get up to level 20. Probably twice. I'll probably do another character.
Yeah.
I'll probably play it. I'll probably play for like 15 to 20 hours or more.
Mm-hmm.
Do the raid, so getting to like 25, 30 hour range. And then I'll probably put it down to play other games that are coming out. And then a DLC is going to come out for it.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel pissed off about the game at any point, then I my rule, if the game does me good at launch, I'll pay for DLC.
Yeah,
so far, it's doing that. So then I'll play the DLC and we'll jump back into it. And I want to be one of those. I'm at the point where I'm excited at the idea of being one of those people.
Yeah.
That have all the crazy shit.
Yeah.
And have been playing the game forever.
Yeah.
It's just going to be on and off for a long time.
Yeah. It seems like a game that could stick around for a while. I have to finish last week's podcast, but I would have loved to talk to Doug about. His thoughts on it and everything.
Yeah, check out that podcast.
I thought he was a Destiny 1
he was just like us. No, not even close. Yeah.
Interesting.
No, he was really let down by that game, just like we were. So.
I almost said most people, but not really.
I'd say about half, though.
Yeah.
Like a bigger group of people than normally would have a reaction. That game was super polarizing.
You're right.
Remember when it was announced? That game was like a big political figure.
Remember when it was announced and there were just like weird posters and everyone was like, "Oh, this game is going to change gaming forever."
That's what I thought.
And that's what everyone thought, man. And it was like, "Oh, okay."
Or really not.
Or really not.
It's just going to do a lot of stuff that other games do better.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Halo had the better story and Diablo had the better loot, and it got outdone by everything that it tried to.
Maybe I'll rent it. I'll rent it tonight.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to play it with you. We'll be on, man.
Let me know if you guys get on, man.
Oh yeah, you'll see me on there. So,
all
right, everyone. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can you please help me remember to? I keep uploading these fucking things on Tuesday because that's where my brain is.
Yeah.
You notice that?
I thought that was the new day.
Well, should we just keep it that way then?
I didn't want to tell you when.
I just forget it because I would be like Monday night. I'd lay down in bed and be like, "Fuck." And I'd forget. I had it uploaded and everything ready to go, but I just didn't
make it public.
Because got so used to doing it on Tuesday from Game of Thrones. And then in every podcast since Game of Thrones, I ended up like, all right, this is going on Monday. And then it goes on Tuesday.
Tuesday, all right.
So we'll make a deciation about that. Depending on the day that this was posted, you'll know the decision. So I hope you guys have a graceful day. Graceful rest of your week. I hope you gracefully glide through the rest of your week.
Play your video games. Enjoy life.
Yep.
Later.